10 years ago I had a catastrophic injury, and the lessons that I've learnt now are what propels me to teach people the ins and outs and the easier way of doing things, because these guys don't want to live in a hospital. We want to teach them the skills in life so it keeps them out of the hospital.
First day they're here, you know, it's still a massive shock. They're still grieving the loss of the life that they thought they were going to lead.
People that aren't in their situation, telling them this is how their life's going to be, how the hell would they know?
The clinicians do such a fantastic job here, but we can also add that human element that they'll never be qualified in unless they have a spinal injury and they live the life that we're living. So I think that is the uniqueness that comes with peer support.
We don't beat around the bush with anything. We tell it how it is and we get people through it.
You can basically talk to them about anything. It can be really open because they have been through the same issues.
So by my hard mistakes, I'm teaching these guys to avoid them.
For me, growing up without any form of peer support was especially difficult because I felt so isolated, particularly being in a chair as a kid. There was also that massive distinction. But I feel like if I'd had peer support, particularly when I was a kid, I could have seen that, well, I'm not completely different.
So have somebody come in and just talking about just random life events, whatever it might be, it's like, wow, they're actually living. If you can relate to that person who's willing to talk about it, yeah, it can get quite intimate and personal.
And, you know, something happens that I'm not able to do, I know that from speaking to Dan, to Lee, or to Jess, or to Branka, or to Rob even, that I have the knowledge within me to be able to move forward and move on and lead a more fulfilling life, just as I'd done if I wasn't injured.
The peer support program as a whole is striving for independence. That's what we want. Every client to be as independent as possible. The more independent you can be, the better you're at in life.
They're fantastic. They actually give us real life perspective on what the challenges are. Treat that challenge. Often it's not as big as what we think it is. So it's just a matter of making the reality a lot more simple.
That's a perfect way to do it, but if that doesn't work for you, here's what else can work for you. So I think that life experience is the one thing that you'll never be able to get anywhere else other than with peer support.
Some of the conversations that we have are very personal. Probably within the first 20 minutes, we're talking about bowels and bladder, which every other person out in the world, you don't talk about that intimate stuff. You talk about the weather or politics.
Being able to ask Dan a question that I may or may not be able to ask my family, both really help me being able to continue.
How to ask for help. Asking for help is a huge thing, and people don't know how to do it because they don't trust people. They feel that we're straight up and honest, and I think honesty is where the trust really builds from.
It's just having someone that's been through it is separate from your loved ones, basically.
The SCIA peer support program has a sole focus on practicality, lived experience. You know, we'll take clients to the pub because that's what you do with your friends.
They've got a smile on their face because one, they're going home, two, they've got the knowledge to go home and realise that they can live a fulfilling life, that they're not going to be struggling, and they know that we're on the other end of the phone if they need us is a massive thing.
To me, it becomes a friendship, and it's so exciting to see them and to start working and wheel out and see the way that they they were just living their life, and that was so powerful, and that stayed with me. To connect with another human being and to know that you're helping.
That you can have those lives because they can see the lives that they're leading.
I'm looking forward to returning to my own business, rebuilding cars, motorbikes. I turned my hobbies and interests into a business, and being able to return to that allows me just to keep living my life.
Personally, it gives me a sense of pride to be able to teach these guys from the hardships all the way through and show the proof that they're so resilient and they don't even realise how resilient they are, to go and live their life. And the independence that we help, and we're helping them, we're not giving them the independence, it's all them. We're just giving them the tips in life to get them through the journey. So it's rewarding.